All right, welcome to today's aftermarket analysis journal. There's a lot of stuff to go over in this one, but it shouldn't be too long. But I always say that. But yeah, so going into today, we had a huge move up. We were very bullish today. We had CPI data come out around 8:30, and we are also reaching all-time highs. We were literally 2 points away from all-time highs, which it's still very possible it could get hit in this last hour here. Within the remaining last hour, or uh, could jump up or just hit it come into aftermarket session. But yeah, so let's get into it. Beginning of the morning, um, yeah, we had the data. We came back in. We tapped into this 15-minute fair value gap that we left from PPI data. We left these what's it called? We left these data highs here. We also left some equal highs, but I ended up stepping out in the morning. I ended up going getting breakfast with someone, so I didn't like I couldn't trade because I am on Top Step X, as you can see right here in the top left. So I'm not connected through TradeEvade anymore. Actually now I did set up I haven't done this in a while, a remote broadcast from my phone to my computer. Because Top Step X doesn't have a mobile app, so literally the only way to trade is via desktop or laptop or PC or whatever. So yeah, I was like, okay, not even gonna worry about it. But yeah, I mean, the setup I would have wanted could have it did play out here. So yeah, I was waiting for an inburst or first tap into here. I don't know if we had SMT. I mean, we had SMT there, but we didn't respect it. Let me see. So yeah, no, I mean, we just tapped into this higher time frame P array, had an inverse. I don't know what this is. It would have been here. I don't even remember putting that this morning. But again, this doesn't matter because technically this anything I do is all hindsight. But yeah, I was looking at the setup in the morning, but I ended up stepping out. So when I came back, I saw that we were reaching, I knew that we were definitely at the point. I've been saying this for the past few videos. I kept saying like, yeah, it's like long term out, so I don't really want to worry about it. But it came closer than I thought with reaching all time highs. But coming back, we were still a while, like couple hundred points away. So yeah, I mean, I was looking. I thought like after we had reached these data highs, all this accumulation that I kept seeing, I wanted to see if we could eventually have a retracement back down. Because I knew we were reaching towards all time highs, but I wasn't really expecting to get that close today. So yeah, I then ended up. This was like this was the actual first trade I took. And I would say that this was one of those trades where it wasn't necessarily like a FOMO in, but I was like kind of in the background. I saw my monitor and I was looking at my phone and I kind of saw this setup and I was like, I hop back on my PC and not only was my entry a little late, but if I would have just taken the time to look at a higher time frame and look at these 1 hour candles, these 15-hour candles, let's see the 5 minute. I mean, I guess 5 minute, but definitely like even just the 15-hour and the 1 hour, we're super bullish. I should not have taken a short. Like that was like the one time going against the bias, or not, sorry, not the first time, but it was a for sure time that going against the bias was really stupid. Um, but yeah, I just didn't take the time to look at a higher time frame. But getting into the trade, where is it? So yeah, I just saw that we took out this high. I think there was an SMT too. I did obviously end up like deleting it though. Can't remember. Was it on the 1 minute? Yeah, so it was on the 1 minute here. So we had an SMT on the 1 minute. Going to the 3 minute. My gosh, I hate this. Might be out of that. Going on to the 3 minutes. Or yeah, or was it the two? No, I mean it should be the three. So going on to the 3 minute, we ended up closing it, I think it was already too late by the time I had seen that us close on the 3 minute. Nice. Um, so yeah, I got in right here when technically I should have been in. Jeez, I should have been in right. Let me see if I can get an arrow. Yeah, I should have been in right here. So do that. So yeah, if I would have got in right here, uh, break even would have been placed here. Yeah, so break even would have been here. That's where I would have moved stop to break even. Let me see. Again, it should have been this. Target still would have been the same. First TP would have been these equal lows, and then second would have been these equal lows. I was just gonna say this is really like a scalp trade, only 16 points, because again, I knew the draw was higher, but like I knew that the bias was high, like long, but I didn't again know how bullish we really were till I got stopped out and look at a higher time frame. But yeah, and then stops would have been same place, right above this. I didn't really want to put it above the wicks. I wanted to keep this tight, which also would have been a 1 to 2. But yeah, if I would have entered here, break even would have been here, and then we would have eventually just been stopped out at break even. And I thought about doing the same thing once I saw us come down to the swing low, not take out these equal lows. I figured to move stops to break even, but it just was too close in my opinion. Like it was a 4 point range, and not saying this isn't like that close either. 6 points. It's just the way how the trade like would have played out taking it here. But yeah, ended up being stopped out. Took my entry too late. So I would say one, not necessarily FOMO'd into the trade, but I should have been more observant to like again. I just hopped on a PC and then hopped in the trade after just looking at my phone on 1 and 3 minute time frame. So that's what I'm trying to say. It just was a very quick place trade, and I should have been more observant of price. But then going into the second trade today, this was with two contracts by the way. And then the last trade of the day, I saw we had SMT forming here. And this needs to move over because this is where it was taken. Right there. Okay. So yeah, we came price after I got stopped, I saw price come up. I saw this huge SMT that we had right here. And by this point, I figured that the draw was for sure all-time highs. So once we inversed this 1 minute, and now I would say this isn't a very A plus setup. We do have a SMT. We did have an inverse. I just would have liked to see, and again maybe there is, and I didn't even check, which is not so good. Let's see on 5. And I mean, yeah, there really was no retracements today. Again, I would say again, this is like not A plus, but just the fact that I'm so confident by this point that the draw is higher. We have the SMT and we have the inverse. I just sent the trade through. Stop for 9 points. I only went in one contract on this half the size since I already took a loss, and we were never in drawdown. I literally got in after the inverse. It was here. Sorry. So actually 8.25 stop. But got in after the inverse, and yeah, my target was the main draw, which was all-time highs, and really came up, ended up coming up here, leaving equal highs at 702. We were like 7 points away from hitting the TP. Came down, and then we're generating all this low resistance liquidity here. So then I was waiting to see because we had open low high close at 2 p.m. open. That's when I thought for sure, as you can see for this drawing, that I thought we were going to take it out as soon as after the 2 p.m. open low high close, but we didn't. Came down, left all this low resistance liquidity and these equal highs. Created SMT right here. This was just like me messing with stuff to validate my bias still. And then same thing, I want to see an open low high close at 3 p.m. Yeah, at 3 p.m. this was a weird candle. So much volume came through, we just kind of spat down. And again, that's where that's kind of what I wanted to see, to like a manipulation before going higher. which we didn't have right away. It took a few minutes, but then yeah, we ended up going higher, um, and then ended up taking out these equal lows, and we were 2 points away from all-time highs. So at this point, I was like, okay, we were leaving these inverse fair value gaps here, or sorry, these fair value gaps here that I didn't want to see get inversed on the 3-minute time frame. And I said, okay, we took out equal highs. We kind of had displacement through it. We're showing lower, and plus we're getting around 3:30 to 4 here. And I had already been in this trade for about like an hour and 20 minutes, hour 15 minutes or whatever. So I was like, okay, if we end up disrespecting these bullish fair value gaps, I'm gonna end up just closing the trade. And yeah, once we ended up disrespecting or inversing this one, I ended up just closing the trade. Um, Again, original TP would have been about like 8 something. I think I got like 5 something out of the trade minus the $300 and something loss. So we were around like 200 on the day. But yeah, that's basically summed up today and the only 2 trades on the week so far. Just because we had no news Monday, PPI data yesterday, which price action was not too good, and then CPI, which literally just exploded us almost to all-time highs. But just had to be very selective on entries because we didn't really have any retracements or anything like that. So yeah, that's basically it for today. Hopefully we can get some more trades, good quality trades in throughout the week. But yeah, that's it for today, and that's what we got so far in the week.